Hello, John Talley here with Partzilla.com. Today we're going to be working on tuning our 2006 Kawasaki KLX110. Now, as you can tell, we've pretty much finished the conversion of a pit bike, but it's having a little bit of running issue. Let's step outside and I'll let you hear what it sounds like. All right, that doesn't sound very healthy to me either. So give me a minute to get that carburetor pulled and we're going to get that jetting dialed in. So let's go. All right, guys, before we dive into this, I will be pulling my jets from a complete kit. Now, that is not absolutely necessary. You can order the individual jets that you may need for your particular project. Well, now that I've got a source to pull my jets from, let's take a look at that plug to get a read on it, and then we'll take a dive into that carburetor. I know I didn't run it very long, and I just want to do a quick reading on it because I'm betting that she is running lean. And this should verify that. I'll take that back. We may be a little too rich in this case. I mean, the ceramic, that's heading toward the color I want, but I'm looking at that outer edge of the plug itself, the metal part, that is looking rather rich. But we'll adjust it one way, see if it gets worse or better, then go the other direction if need be. And just so you can see what I'm doing, go ahead and pull this side cover or fairing. All right, step one, let's turn off the fuel. And invariably, we're gonna spill some on the table, so we're gonna be ready for it this time. Get our needle and slide out. Now we'll end up tuning it finer by adjusting the needle up or down, but for right now I believe we're going to need to go to the jet first, and we're going to go up a size, see what she does, and then go down a size and see which direction we need to fine tune after that. All right, guys, we're going to try to leave it on the machine. This may or may not work. What I want to do is just pull where it goes into the intake as well as the hose itself, loosen up one of our clamps, and just rotate it up about 90 degrees. That way I should be able to just pull the bowl only and get to those jets. And if it doesn't want to play nice, then we'll pull it all the way off. And all I'm doing here is removing the two 8mm head bolts that mount the carburetor to the intake. This will be fairly easy to take apart, but I guarantee putting it back on, it ain't gonna be a whole lot of fun. Now, let's loosen up one of our clamps. See if we can get her to clock over now. That's probably enough to get it. There we go. All right, this one we're going to swap out. Now, all right, yep, that was the 84 that was in it. All right, so our stock jet is an 80, and we had an 84 in there, so my bet at this point is to take it to an 88. And the reason I'm thinking it's more that direction is when I first started it up and it was really cold and it was drawing in really cold air, it ran even worse. But as it started to warm up a little bit, it started to run a little bit better. So I'm thinking by adding more fuel, I think that's going to straighten it out. Now, if this at least gets us in the ballpark, then we can work with the needle itself, raising or lowering it to fine tune it. All right, let's get our slide and our needle back in. Let's get that plug back in. We'll leave that cover off for now. Not that I'm being pessimistic or anything. Take her back outside and see what she does. All right, guys, that sounded worse to me. So we're gonna, instead of going more rich, we're gonna go more lean. See, we started with an 84, we went to an 88. Now we're gonna run all the way back to an 80 just to see what it does. Trying not to burn our hand on that exhaust. And if it's still doesn't run right. At that point, I think I'll go back to my 84 and then start working with the needle jet itself. I've got the fuel off, but I'm going to leave it connected. Out comes the 88, in goes the 80. Honestly, I think I'll end up at the 84 and just working with the needle jet after this. But we will see. All right, let's drop it down, run her back out, and see what we have. All right, so let's recap a little bit. We were started with a 84 main jet. Went to an 88, and it started to run a little bit worse. Just for kicks, we dropped it back down to an 80, and that made it worse. So I think 84 is where we're gonna need to start tuning with the actual needle jet itself, because trying to go up or down a size makes it worse on both ends. So we were correct with the 84, and that's the one we need to work with. So let me get that swap back out, and then let's bring up the main needle jet one clip and see what it does. So we're getting really good at taking carburetors off of KLX110s. Or at least getting them where we can get to the float bowl. So let's take out our 80 and put back in our 84. That'll probably be the last time I have to take the bowl off. Probably. All right, let's get to that needle. There we go. Get the retainer out and the needle itself. We are 4 down right now. Let's come down one more, see what she does, better or worse, and then we may end up going up. But I think she wants more fuel, so we're gonna head down. Get our retainer back in place. All right, guys, I've been busy pulling this back apart and putting it back together, but if you need some guidance on how to actually replace the slide and the jet, we did a fuel video on this particular unit. So if you would reference that one, and I can walk you through the process, then meet me back over here. All right, one more time back out. All right, kids, we're getting closer, but here's the thing I'm concerned about. We went back to the 84. We were actually down to the 4th step on the needle jet itself. Went down to number 5, and there's only one position left. And of course, that gave it more fuel. So I think the direction we're gonna need to go is I said I wasn't gonna have to pull this carb again, but I think we're gonna step it back up to the 88 and then move the clip up 3. And at that point, I think we're gonna have it really close. So let's do that change and then see what happens. I mean, I could probably get away by just moving that clip one more down, but then I'm completely out of adjustability on the needle jet, and that's really not what you're supposed to do. You want to be somewhere near the middle as far as where your clip ends up. That way you can move it up or down just 1 or 2 positions if you're having to just do an elevation change. So let's go back to that 88, move it up 3 notches, and see what she does. Fuel off. 84 out. 88 back in. If this still doesn't get it, but it's that close, I think we're going to bring out our air fuel screw another quarter turn. But let's see if this gets it closer. Now, I think we've got something. Let's get inside before I get struck by lightning. There you go. That's sounding a whole lot better than when we started. Well, now that you've got the process, you can go through the same steps to straighten out your machine. Well, listen, if you need any parts for your machine, why don't you come see us at Partzilla.com and we can get you taken care of. If you have any questions or comments about this video, leave them in the section below and I'll do my best to answer. And hey, if you like what you see, go ahead and hit that subscribe button along with that notification bell. That way you can keep up with whatever I'm working on next. We just want to say thank you for shopping here with us at Partzilla, and we will see you in the next video. Y'all have a great day.